I think he drove it a mile before it broke down in a car park and couldn't be restarted. Good afternoon, we are back where we were last week when I updated you about the MOT, and I told everybody that it was going to be a very easy MOT and that all I needed to do was swap some wheels and fit some wipers.
Flashback.
Some new wipers, a bit of pressure washing, swapping the wheels and tyres and having the garage rebuild the handbrake. We should be okay then.
End of flashback.
But since then, it's all gone wrong. Let me talk you through it. I was hoping for a £100 to £200 MOT on this car, but actually it has ended up costing me £500. I'll tell you why. It had to have new discs and pads and calipers on the back. So we have two new calipers on the back of the car. You'll notice these wheels are in much better condition than the ones in the last video because I've swapped them for the really nice alloys that came from George's car.
Flashback.
That car there is the Volvo V70 that I didn't buy. Then I sold those wheels to the man that did buy that car. Then he put those wheels on. Then I bought that car. Then I sold it to Mark. Mark sold it to someone else who took the wheels off. The car was sold to this gentleman here, and now I'm buying the wheels. So it's a bit convoluted, but I'm having my wheels back, basically.
End of flashback.
It's still rusty, and inside it's still a little bit of a mess, but it has 12 months MOT, and it's just had a gold Valet. So, price for the gold Valet and the MOT, £495, but we have a much better car as a result of spending that money. Yes, the interior still needs to go back in. Yes, there's still a few bits to add, but there was actually a nice car underneath all the dirt and grime. What happens next to this car? Well, we will see. It is just about to be handed over to its new owner, Craig from Swansea. He's going to drive it home, and I suspect we might see this car on the channel once more. I said to Craig, if for any reason you decide you don't want to keep it, then do get in touch. I think it looks really good on these big fat tyres. I was just going to drop the suspension. I was going to paint all the plastics, and then I was going to do some Fast and Furious style stickers on it. But sadly, it's not to be, because Craig has chosen this, and it's off to Craig in about 5 minutes, actually. Yeah, look what I found. Look, it's Craig.
Hello.
Craig, you've arrived today. You've dressed in a jumper that matches your car. Look at that.
How's that?
You're desperate for a car, aren't you? Because you haven't got any at the moment.
Yeah, I've got no cars, Paul.
No cars at all. How many you got?
This one's number 9.
Number 9. Excellent. 9 cars. And you've even got a tranny, haven't you? You've got a transit van. Excellent. Which one's your favourite?
It's got to be the van.
Got to be the van.
With me pleasure.
And what made you go for this car?
Well, old Volvo should be reliable. Old Volvo should be reliable. Old Volvo should be reliable. Reliable. Nothing much should go wrong with it.
Brilliant. Well, that's the plan. It's got plenty of new bits on it, fresh MOT. And right, give me a text when you're back safe. And if ever you want to get rid of it, you know where I am. Enjoy.
Much later.
I thought I'd broadcast this live because what's happened today is quite funny. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. You would think that I would be back home in Worcestershire and probably feeding my kids about 6:15. But instead, I'm not. And I'll tell you why I'm not. Because today, Craig came down to Worcestershire to collect the blue Volvo 850. So this morning, I drove to the MOT place and collected the Volvo 850. And then I took it home, emptied it out because there was a load of stuff in it that didn't need to be in it. And then I took it for a mini valet. It goes for a mini valet. And then I drive it back up to the train station where Craig and his lovely partner are coming down for a day out with his 3-month-old. I meet them at the station, or at the park rather. They'd gone to the park by that point. And we do a little handover, and I'd make some funny video, and then I wave him down the road. I then rush off in the Jag to go and see Steve, Geoff Easter. Good morning. When I first got this car, I said it was lovely, but it needed to be a convertible with more air in it. And I've come out here today to visit Steve, and Steve is going to help me turn this Jag into a convertible. I've got the angle grinder here, Steve, that I borrowed from you last week. Is the Mercedes here yet? Actually, it is. It's just turning up, mate. Excellent. I'm going to do a deal with Steve, swapping this Jag for that Mercedes what just arrived. More on that one soon. And then I get a phone call from Craig. I always joked, and you may remember the stickers. Do you remember the Geoff Buys Cars warranty stickers that I did? I'm going to have to do another batch. And the joke warranty from Geoff Buys Cars is 7 miles, 7 minutes, or 7 years, whichever comes soonest. And Craig's blue Volvo is the first one that has ever managed to get a valid warranty claim. The car made it 7 minutes. I think he drove it a mile before it broke down in a car park and couldn't be restarted. By this point, it was getting late in the day. He's got his missus and his 3-month-old out for a fun adventure, and the car that he's won has broken. So right now, I'm not in Worcestershire putting my kids to bed. I'm actually, if I grab the phone a sec, I am in Swansea. Well, I'm not actually. I'm in Mumbles, because the only thing that could be done at that point, I mean, I could have told him to go and rent a car. I could have said, this is the luck of the draw. Go and rent a car, drive yourself home. I could have said, I'll pay for your train ticket. But they had a 3-month-old with them. So I drove them home. So the Volvo, the blue Volvo, is still in Malvern, stranded in a car park. Craig and his missus are now home with the baby, and I'm in Mumbles. So, would you like to see it? Because it's really nice. Before my battery dies, look, I'll show you. I mean, I'm not complaining about the fact I'm in Mumbles, but I'm a bit gutted that the car broke down. Check this out. I can be out the wind, look. That's nice, isn't it? So you've got Swansea Bay. Lovely. If I pan around, look. There we go. Isn't that nice and scenic? Despite the fact that I'd driven around in it all morning, we don't know, basically. It started choking, and then it gave up the ghost completely, and it wouldn't be restarted. So we don't know. Where we've got to so far, and this may change once Craig has slept on it, but where we've got to so far is he really, really, really likes that car. It's already in his name, taxed in his name, insured in his name. We've done all of that bit. That was my biggest concern. They had a 3-month-old, and I was like, the only thing that matters right now is getting your child home. So I phoned my wife and said, you know, I said I'd cook dinner and pick up the kids. Can you do all that? It's been a bit of a dramatic day. But anyway, on the 2.5-hour drive from home to here, I've been chatting with Craig, and he's just the nicest guy, and proper Welsh man, proper family man, a proper Valleys person.
Old Volvo should be reliable. Old Volvo should be reliable. Old Volvo should be reliable, 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 reliable. Nothing much should go wrong with it.
And he's really sold on that blue Volvo. So I am absolutely fingers crossed. Basically tomorrow I'm going to have to get the car recovered to my garage, and we're going to do some diagnostics. Where I've left it with Craig is he wants the car either which way. So he's even said to me, look, just put it on a truck and send it to me and I'll sort it out. But I don't feel right about that, and it might as well go back to the garage it was at this morning. Then we can work it out. But it may well be that there's another conversation to have after this. So I am going to go and find some fish and chips, and then I'm going to road trip back in my Volvo. 50 miles to the gallon. I know you wanted to know that. But yeah, there we go. That is the only Geoff car so far that hasn't made it out of Malvern. At least the other ones that have broken made it out of Malvern. So there we go, go that way. It's quite a nice little scene though here, isn't it? Chippy tea, exactly. So I'm going to go for a chippy tea, and that just means that I didn't manage to film any of the things that I was going to film today, so they'll all have to get done tomorrow. Right, fish and chip tea for me, and I'll speak to you all later on. Yeah, not the ideal end of the day, but Chaos is my middle name, as many of you already know. So he got a train all the way to Malvern to drive 1 mile in his car for me to then drive him home in my car. Yeah, road trip, an unexpected road trip. Oh my gosh, you've got to see this. Hang on, everybody stay there a minute. You've got to see what's just pulled into this car park. Oh, this is a little bonus at the end of the video. Right, check this out. Is it a 912? Ooh. Can't film this way. There's a beautiful Porsche that's just turned up. Yeah, it's a really early 911 as well, isn't it? Is it a short wheelbase? It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, lovely. Love your car. Very, very nice indeed. Right, I think that's it. I think I'm done. I'm gonna go get myself some dinner and say goodnight. Yeah, that is, I saw it earlier on actually. Yeah, it's like properly gorgeous. Short wheelbase, like narrow. That's a proper car, that is. And now I'm going to cover him in diesel smoke as I start my Volvo, because my Volvo takes ages to start when it's warm, because as you know from the dyno, it's running 150 horsepower, which means the fuel pump is too advanced, which means when I try to start the car, and there's people standing behind the car as well. Are you ready for this? Because when this car's warm, it doesn't like starting. Right, here we go. Listen to this. I hope you can hear this. Yes! How long was that? How long did that take to start? Everybody's left. They generally walked off. All right, thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that little impromptu live broadcast. Craig, if you're there in the comments, I'm really sorry about today, but hopefully you don't hate me. Right, thank you, everyone. I'm going to go get some chips, and then I'm going to drive home. See you all for the next one, which is 2 cars, neither of which will break down, but I cannot guarantee that. But if it does break down, I will give you a lift home. Yeah, get yourself in the Geoff Buys Cars Insider group and find the details. And if you want to risk £10 on a wasted day, then I can facilitate that request. See you all later.
Geoff Buys Cars. Still YouTube's most boring car channel.